All right, today it's going to be a tale of two snowblowers. So we're trying out this Yeryork corded snowblower. They sent me this. They wanted me to give it a shot. I use these mostly for deck. I use a bigger snowblower for the driveway. So we'll be trying this Yeryork out, which I think it's a 20-inch deck, and I got a cord run for this. And then I'll be trying it against, I got a Greenworks commercial 22-inch snowblower. And I guess the first difference that I'll say I noticed is that this is significantly lighter, this corded one, even without the batteries, which I put two 5-amp hour batteries in. And so we'll talk about the difference there. I think this thing's like $200, and I want to say this is, I don't even know. I got mine on eBay discount. I think it was $325, but I want to say they're like $500. And then if you get them kitted, they're like $700. So there is a significant price difference. This uses a rotator to change your shoot angle, and this one uses this knob. So it's a little bit, I'd say that's a little bit more convenient. What I do like on the Yeryork is there's an adjustment. You see those knobs, you can kind of set it in a position and you tighten them pretty good and it's not going to move. Where this one, I have noticed over using it, if I bump it, it'll fall down and you have to go and physically reset it. So just a couple of outward differences. We'll give them a shot, see how the power and the throwing compares. Like I said, the Greenworks is a 22 versus this being a 20. Significant weight difference. But man, I don't really mess with cords, but I'm going to give this thing a try and we'll see how it goes. This is a very thick cord. Go that way with it. Well, it's got plenty of nut. I'm shooting a little straighter up than I'd like, so I'm gonna loosen that up. Put a little more angle on it. Push the button. Well, so far so good with that corded. Let's try the cordless. And we'll just clean this last little bit up. All right, now we'll come around the corner. Come around the corner here and blow it. We'll have a little bit further to go off the deck. We'll see how they do with that. And I'll do one more. I'm just gonna shoot it sideways so you can see, I guess, the best view of the plume, hopefully. It's a blizzard. All right. So my thoughts on these so far is this throws snow really good and it's lightweight, so that's pretty nice. If you're just doing the deck or you don't mind being tethered on the cord, it's pretty good snow throwing for the money. I mean, really, the lightweight and the thing just hurls it. It's pretty good. This one is heavier. It's got some more quality components. It's got the metal shield, and there's a rubber piece on the scoop that can be replaced. And that edge that you see catching on the deck it catches more, but like if you're in a situation where you're looking to scrape, it scrapes better. So that's, I mean, I guess depending on your perspective, that could be better, could be worse. And this will go a long way off the batteries, but just as a, like, to buy these batteries separate, I think they're 300 something bucks a piece. So if you were to buy this as a kit for like 7, I mean, this is you're at $1,000 for this versus 200 for that. So there's a big difference there. But I have a lot of batteries, so I got the thing without the battery, and it's worked pretty well for me. But if I didn't have a bunch of battery stuff already and I was just looking for something to clear off the deck, that thing's pretty lightweight and inexpensive and ready to go. Longevity, I don't know. I've already had this for, I think this is my 3rd snow season with it. But that's my using of it. This was pretty light, fluffy snow, so I don't have like kind of a torque feel for them, but they both seem to hurl snow pretty good. I'll take a look at the plumes on the camera, but from the using angle, it seemed like they were both chucking it fairly well. Maybe I feel a little more torque on this and a little more speed on that. All right, I didn't want to sell the Yeryork short, so I have a extension cord I keep by the barn. I'm going to clean up this area where the truck parks. I think I got to pull this back a little bit further to get the view. All right. There. All right, now we're gonna do the Greenworks. All right, cards on the table. I was pretty rough with this thing, but that's what trying it out is, right? So it got kind of jammed, but as soon as I let off the throttle, it came unjammed. And with my battery one, it actually has a rubber piece, which is replaceable, but I had to use a crowbar to get the piece out because it was jammed in there. And you can see that I've deformed this thing. I mean, I was snowblowing where I knew I was going to come up with crap. Broke this here. But I mean, overall, for abusing it, it did pretty good. And I mean, these things are replaceable too, so it's not like if this thing gets destroyed, you can't replace it. And usually this little piece is destroyed. I've already replaced it on my Greenworks machine. I think it's metal on that, but either way, you see that the screws that hold it in. So yeah, it took it pretty good. In all honesty, it jammed less. The cranking by hand down in the middle is a little bit of a pain compared to the chute that you just move up near the control handle. But I have had issues with that. If water gets in there and it freezes, it'll jam, and then I got to get the whole thing warm in order to melt the ice out of the control to rotate the chute on the Greenworks, as compared to this, which I haven't had the freeze thaw experience, but this looks like it's probably a little less apt to jam because everything's contained, but who knows? I can't speak to that, but I know it's an issue with the other one. So yeah, there was a little bit of torture test. Yeryork did pretty well. I mean, I was just in this gross wood boneyard snow blowing with it, and I mean chewing up all this crap that I knew was there, and it, you see it blew all this stuff all over the place, but it did good. So take from it what you want. It's been torture tested, and it still works. So cool little blower with some lights. I didn't do a nighttime snow blow, but hopefully that information's helpful. It sounds more violent when it's spinning. I don't know if it spins faster, but it seems like it has a little less torque when I got into the deep stuff than the battery one. And so I don't know. We'll take a look. Just do the comparison of that control handle, and see that there's these pieces of rubber. This is where that got jammed, was right back in there. I had to pull it out, but this doesn't really seem to take on too much damage. I mean, I've been beating this thing up for 2 or 3 years, and I can see probably where it'll break, because it'll come away from these screws eventually. But it seems a long way away from that. So this piece, like I mentioned, okay, so this is plastic, but I have broken this and I have replaced this. So I mean, I guess that's just the thing on these snow blowers, because it takes hits, so there it is. Hopefully that's helpful.